yeah, Collegeville. And yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a Kahok. I'm about to graduate. Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1 2, but we're number 1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm about my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the chiefin' crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play with sports. I play my cards right, now a good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm the back cause everybody rolling with me, K-Hawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
All the freshmen come forward.
High school, champions.
Yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And a very good evening, everyone, and welcome to Kahok Stadium here on the campus of Collinsville High School. I am Todd Duke. Glad that you are with us as we kick off the spring sports season, and we do that with a little Lady Kahok soccer action as your Collinsville Lady Kahawks get ready to take on the Lady Warriors of Granite City High School. And welcome into the pregame show brought to you tonight by Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, owned and operated by Dr. Chris McCluskey. He and his crew are focused on helping as many people as possible live high-quality lives all through chiropractic care and wellness. You can visit Dr. McCluskey at Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, 410 Regency Center, just off of the Beltline Road in Collinsville. Give them a call. Number there is 618-343-3602 or online at chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. JV game just ended. That one ended in a 1-1 tie. Freshman Carly Call scored the only goal for Collinsville, did so with about 45 seconds left in the first half. And then when the second half got underway, Granite City got the equalizer, and it stayed that way for the rest of the game. So a 1-1 final for your JV team. Your Collinsville Lady Kahok varsity team, they come in with a record of 0-0-1. That was after their tie last night to get the season started, 0-0 at Waterloo. Senior goalkeeper Addie Johnson only had to make 2 saves as the defense was the headline of the game. Lady Kahawks themselves had 6 shots on goal. Hit a post, couple turned away by senior Bulldogs goalkeeper Lexi Stevens. Kahawks are coming off of a 5-17-2 season last year in Coach Munoz's first year. And we'll talk to her just a little bit later. Collinsville lost 3 straight to start the year last year, won 2 of their next 4. Before going 0-5-1 in their next 6, Lady Kahawks then rattled off 3 straight wins during the final couple of weeks of April, but that would be it. They would not win again. They went 0-6-1 over their final 7 games, including a 3-0 loss to Alton in the regional semifinal to end the season. Granite City, they're coming off of a 7-8-4 season last year that saw the Lady Warriors average 1.9 goals per game and give up 1.8 goals per game. They are under their Head coach Ken Prasma in his 12th year with a record of 104, 72, and 22. This is Granite City's season opening game. Granite City only lost 3 players to graduation. That totaled 2 goals. And Granite City brings back 9 of 11 goal scorers from a year ago. And both of their goalkeepers, junior Madison Vasiloff, led the team as a sophomore last year with 8 goals. And freshman, now sophomore, Savannah Kamanivong. I had it written down, man. She was number 2 with 7 goals. And on the other side, I didn't turn up his microphone yet. That is Mr. Brett Borum. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing good, Todd. How are you?
Doing fantastic, man. I haven't seen you since October. How you been?
Oh, not too bad. Enjoyed some time off from kid sports in the wintertime. But ready to get back to some Lady Kahok soccer.
Heck yeah, that's what we're here for. All right, we'll take our first break here on the Chiropractic Works pregame show. When we come back, my conversation with Collinsville head coach Jody Munoz, and that comes your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
My name is Rayshawn Taylor, collegiate basketball player at SIUE. At the end of January, I had an ACL injury. I've been searching for ways to come back as best as I can after the construction. Dr. Chris introduced me to the soft wave machine. I'm gonna be honest, at first I was kind of scared because I didn't want it to shock me and hurt me too bad. And I had heard something about it and I did my research on it, and it turns out it didn't actually hurt. It just was a good pain. It's just finding where it hurts to promote the healing, and that's exactly what it did. I've actually had this surgery before. This time I feel like I'm back on my feet quicker, much faster. I'm much stronger than I was up to this point last time. And honestly, I feel like I could play right now. I'm excited to get back on the court. Thankful that Dr. Chris introduced me to this.
Schaefer Excavating and Demolition in Pontoon Beach provides complete commercial, industrial, and residential demolition and excavating services. Schaefer Excavating and Demolition is family owned and operated by former Kahawks since 1980 and have over 4 decades serving the Metro East. Schaefer Excavating and Demolition is your choice for quality and experienced work at a reasonable price. Schaefer's does jobs of any size, whether digging for water and sewer lines, site preparation, or building demolition. Schaefer's can do it all. Schaefer's Excavating and Demolition also sells backfill, topsoil, loam, and other materials. Licensed, bonded, and insured, from earth moving and land clearing to building and demolition and road construction to septic and sewer system work. Call the experienced crew at Schaefer Excavating and Demolition, 618-931-6237.
Looking for good food, good times, and good people? Look no further than the Bridge Inn in Caseyville. Just over the bridge from the Kahok Stadium, Bridge Inn features a friendly and courteous staff that serves up the coldest drinks and the best food in the Metro East. Lunch and dinner is available daily with a breakfast menu every Saturdays and Sunday morning. And don't forget about fantastic fish fry Fridays. Bridge Inn also features pool tournaments on most weekends and a gaming area for the over 21 crowd. Bridge Inn in Caseyville. Check them out at 519 North Main Street in Caseyville. Call for carryout orders at 618-344-3530. The best is yet to come at the Bridge Inn in Caseyville, 618-344-3530. Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Jason Regg, your Benjamin F. Edwards financial advisor, understands this. That's why Jason Regg is a proud supporter of your Collinsville Kahawks and the Kahok Sports Network, as well as the Kahok Educator of the Month Award. For all of your investment needs, see financial advisor and investment vice president Jason Regg at the Benjamin F. Edwards office in Edwardsville at 1012 Plummer Drive, or call Jason Regg at 618-307-7048, or visit benjaminfedwards.com. Benjamin F. Edwards, members SIPC. Herald Square and Cold Herald, 2 great additions to the Collinsville landscape. Next to the Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, Herald Square is a new outdoor multi-use event space in Collinsville. Concerts, fun and games, farmer markets, and so much more. Herald Square, a great space for Collinsville's future. And, just off the square's turf, Cold Herald, old-fashioned scooped ice cream gelato, house-made recipes, and premium-sourced product. If you're over 21, ask about the good stuff at Cold Herald. Watch Collinsville grow. Herald Square and Cold Herald, 2 great new additions, only in Collinsville, Illinois.
The Ortho Gold TRT tissue regeneration machine is revolutionary new technology. It's known as a shockwave machine. In the hospital setting, it's lithotripsy. The machine looks sort of like an ultrasound head, but it's much different technology. It drives sound waves into tissue at 3,500 miles an hour. It's a 3 to 5 minute non-invasive treatment. This is revolutionary technology. It's great for acute, which means, injured tissue, new injuries per se. Also chronic conditions. We have many people who have canceled knee replacements and shoulder replacements and treated lots of plantar fasciitis, foot, ankle problems. Overall, the OrthoGold TRT soft wave machine is revolutionary technology. We've been very excited to bring it to our practice, and we've already have people with it, and we're looking forward to helping a lot more.
And we welcome you back into the Chiropractic Works pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network. We finally have seen the sunshine. It came out just in time for your Lady Kahok Soccer home opener as Collinsville gets ready to take on Granite City. Joining us now, second-year head coach Jody Munoz. So is this a little bit easier for you as far as getting ready and getting everything up to speed to the point where you play as opposed to your first year?
Yes, I feel less nervous. I'm definitely more at ease, and we got the hang of it now. It's good.
All right, so tell me a little bit. Let's go back and talk about your very first year. That was a little bit of a rough year, only 5 wins for you guys. Talk to me about what you learned that year that can help you this year.
Well, first of all, winning isn't everything. First and foremost, we talked a lot last year about, you learn more from losses than you do the wins. If anything, it's about, that's where the character comes in. That's where, how strong are you mentally, emotionally. So that was a huge thing for us. And now that's the first thing we're talking about this year is, last year is gone. This is a new season, a new start.
All right, so tell me, if you will, your captains for the year and why.
Addie Johnson, Jordan Gary, and Georgia Cox. They're all captains for different reasons. Jordan Gary is one of our strong leaders on the field. She's very vocal. Addie Johnson is our leader in the backfield, clearly. She sees everything. And Georgia Cox, she's the leader by example. So all three of those girls, bring something different to the field.
All right, tell me about the makeup of your team this year. What kind of style of play are we looking at? What do you want to see out of your girls?
Well, I want to see a lot of hustle, a lot of character. Like I said, we don't want to go down that road like we did last year. So I'm looking forward to a whole new year and just a bright start. And last night was a good start for us.
Well, that led me to my next question. Tell me a little bit about the 0-0 tie with Waterloo, typically a very, very good team.
Yes, they were, and especially coming after last year. That was one of our goals this year. We want a different result, and we got one. We lost 4-1 last year, straight off the opener, and we tied 0-0, and that was a really, really good result. We looked really good last night. We did a lot of great things, and we talked afterwards. We had many chances, hit the post numerous times. So if we can just tweak a few things, I think we'll be good.
Yeah, I saw the stats where only 2 shots were recorded on goal against Addie. So does that speak to her, or is that speaking to your defense?
It actually speaks, honestly, it speaks to our defense. Addie did not see a lot of action last night because our defense, they played very, very well together. They were strong last night.
All right, offensively, I saw you had 6 shots on goal, and you mentioned a post or 2. So tell me about the offensive opportunities you had last night that you want to try to capitalize on in this game.
Well, our problem is finishing in that last third. So we do all the great things. We do all the work. We make all the passes, and then that last part, that last finishing part, is where we really need to focus and practice on. So that's what we're working on.
All right, let me switch gears here for a little bit. We just got a brand new soccer team in St. Louis. I know you've been busy getting your own season ready. Have you had a chance to soak up any of the City SC stuff?
Yes, I have. Me and my family went to the very first game, and when we did the whole experience, got there hours before, and it was a blast. All
right, let's talk about Granite City for a moment. Tonight's opponent, Ken Prasma, always brings good people and good games.
Yes. Granite's always been a rival. Clearly back to whenever I played. So we always expect a very physical game from them, and I hope we can match it.
Thanks for the visit, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you so much.
Jody Munoz, your Collinsville Lady Kahok soccer head coach. We'll take a break here on the Chiropractic Works pregame show. When we come back, we'll set up the starters for both sides, and then we'll get things going here. It's the home opener between Collinsville and Granite City, and it comes your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
The OrthoGold TRT tissue regeneration machine is revolutionary new technology. It's known as a shockwave machine. In the hospital setting, it's lithotripsy. The machine looks sort of like an ultrasound head, but it's much different technology. It drives sound waves into tissue at 3,500 miles an hour. It's a 3 to 5 minute non-invasive treatment. This is revolutionary technology. It's great for acute, which means, injured tissue, new injuries per se. Also chronic conditions. We have many people who have canceled knee replacements replacements and shoulder replacements and treated lots of plantar fasciitis, foot, ankle problems. Overall, the OrthoGold TRT soft wave machine is revolutionary technology. Bring it to our practice, and we've already helped a tremendous amount of people with it, and we're looking forward to helping a lot more.
Hello, everybody. This is Mike Ogle with Ogle Auctions, and we hope you are enjoying tonight's game. And go Kahawks! Hey, check us out. Every Sunday night, we have an online auction at www.ogleauctions.com. Everything from grandma's china to grandma's motorcycle helmet. It's all here at Ogle Auctions every Sunday night at 7 p.m. Check us out, and we will see you soon.
Mike's Automotive in Collinsville is a T3 certified tire dealer and so much more. Sure, Mike's Automotive has tires. They can also help with making sure your entire vehicle is road ready, from belts and hoses to preventative maintenance like oil changes and tire rotation. Plus a lot more than that. Mike's Automotive has 3 locations to choose from. Mike's Automotive in St. Louis and Millstadt, and Mike's Automotive in Collinsville at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call Mike's Automotive at 618-345-0611. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Got vinyl? Rich's Record Emporium in Uptown Collinsville can take care of all of your vinyl needs and more. You can peruse through thousands of records, from country to hard-to-find jazz, and classic rock is always in stock at Rich's Record Emporium. Used vinyl, new vinyl, and hard-to-find vinyl. Don't forget to check out the audio room at Rich's, where you can check out the latest in audio gear, from new top-of-the-line speakers to turntables and receivers, plus all of the accessories. Rich's has t-shirts, record cleaners, turntable needles, wall art, and so much more. If you can't find what you're looking for at Rich's, they will do their best to find it for you. Don't forget to mention seeing this ad on the Kahok Sports Network for a 10% discount at checkout. Rich's Record Emporium, 131 West Main Street in Collinsville, or call 618-795-1333 or online at richesrecordemporium.com. And once again, we welcome you back up into the booth here at Kahok Stadium, getting ready for this home opener for your Lady Kahok soccer team as they get ready to take on Granite City. I am Todd Duke, Brett Borm on the other microphone. Sir, you went to last night's game, so speak on that and your thoughts on the pregame interview with Coach Munoz.
Absolutely. So, first of all, I got to say it was extremely cold last night, Todd. I usually dress for the elements. Way too cold for me. I sat in the car for the second half of the match. However, my take was it was a lot of neutral play. Nobody was really able, neither team was able to sustain any consistent attack. You said Collinsville had 6 shots on goal. That number surprises me. The goalkeepers were not involved in the match. It was a lot of, pretty much in that middle third of the field most of the time. But it was a good start for the Kahawks. A lot of experience is returning this year. You had a lot of junior starters. It was a junior heavy team last year. Now it's going to be a senior heavy team. Let's hope they can, get off to a good start. The tie's a good start, but this Granite City Warriors team they're going to be tough.
Yeah, Waterloo, they're usually a perennial powerhouse. But they did graduate 9 girls from last year's team that made up 73 of their 103 goals scored last year, including the one girl who had 43 goals last year in a season.
That's insane.
That's what I said, too. That was Peyton Richter, 43 goals of the 73 graduated. So they're going to probably struggle on offense a little bit this year.
Yeah.
Collinsville, on the other hand, they lost Morgan Rader, and that's 7 goals that Collinsville doesn't have. Mm-hmm. But Collinsville's scoring seemed to be a little bit of a issue last year. They only scored 27 goals the whole year, so that's one thing that probably needs to happen. And you're bringing back some of these girls like Jordan Gary, who's been playing this game forever.
Yep.
She's going to be one of your senior leaders, and they're going to have to lean on her.
Absolutely. You're going to have to get goals out of Jordan Gary in the middle as an attacking center mid. You're going to have to get goals out of Megan Jeremias as your central striker. But your wingers are also going to have to be able to contribute. Your Sophia Kiefners, a freshman in Ashley Giannini. She got some minutes last night that, surprised me a little bit straight out of the chute, but there was an injury to Jeremias, and that's why she got some time. And she didn't look bad. So you're going to have to get some offense out of people you don't normally count on.
All right, here's a look at your starters. We'll begin for Granite City. In goal is senior Olivia Upshaw, and in front of her you have Emmy Hogan, Peyton Hatfield, Ella Hickman, Taylor Carson, Madison Vasiloff, Gwyneth Hale, Abby Knight, excuse me. My voice is going to start cracking up right when I get to the hard name here. Savannah Kamani Vong. That's it. I got to get that that H out of there. All right. And who else do we have here? We have Lillian Bloomquist and Adrian Bloomquist. For Collinsville, Addie Johnson gets to start in back-to-back nights in goal. In front of her, you'll find Megan Jeremias, Morgan Lang, Allison Hennessy, Megan Summer, Ashley Giannini, Shelby Hawk, Lainey Belandis, Georgia Cox, Jordan Gary, and Kira Van Dyke. We'll take our final break here as we will come back and get you ready for this game between Collinsville and Granite City, and that will come your way next on the Kahok Sports Network. First National Bank of Waterloo, with over 100 years serving the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo at their Maryville or Collinsville locations for all of your banking, mortgage, and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, call the Collinsville team at First National Bank of Waterloo at 618-345-1121 or visit their Maryville or Collinsville locations or online at fnbwaterloo.bank. First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. Keep your ride shiny and clean with Extreme Details Vehicle Detailing in Collinsville. Owner Jay Merkel and his crew at Extreme Details believe in the value of community and in helping their community hold the value of their vehicles with a sharp-looking, clean ride that you and your community can be proud of. Extreme Details can handle any job, whether you drive a small car, an SUV, or even a bus or RV. No job is too big or too small at Extreme Details. Extreme Details offers scratch and oxidation removal, no matter what you drive: cars, trucks, motorcycles, boats, and more. Plus, Extreme Details can handle fleet vehicles for you and your company. Call Jay and the gang at Extreme Details at 618-977-1224. Check for periodic specials on the Extreme Details Facebook page. Put the shine in your ride with Extreme Details, 618-977-1224. Are you looking to update the appeal of your home's interior? Look no further than Hayden Interiors, LLC. Hayden Interiors, LLC is owned and operated by former Kahok graduate Nick Hayden. Hayden Interiors, LLC will help you get that new look that you want for your home. Flooring, baseboards, doorways, as well as interior renovations or interior additions, kitchen, living room, bedroom, hallways, basements, stairways. Let Hayden Interior, LLC help you find the look that you want. Call Nick Hayden today at Hayden Interiors, LLC, 618-772-6790 for your free estimate. Hayden Interiors, LLC, on budget, on time, every time. That's Hayden Interiors, LLC. Call Nick at 618-772-6790. Todd Duke here, proud member of the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Whether you call us teachers' aides, paraprofessionals, or educational assistants, it all comes down to one thing: taking care of students. More importantly, your student. Yes, we are there for the teachers, and we help them in any way possible. But our goals are in line with our teachers in that we want to see our students succeed at not only being a student, but well beyond that as we ready them for the world outside of the classroom. We are Union Strong. We are Kahok Strong. We strive to help students reach their potential. We are the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Go Kahawks! Once again, we welcome you back to Kahok Stadium here on the Kahok Sports Network. Todd Duke, Brett Borm along with you, and we are just about set for some action here as the home opener for your Collinsville Lady Kahawks, trying to get that first game in the win column after a 0-0 tie against Waterloo last night. These two teams are very familiar with each other. You know, Granite City used to be in the Southwestern Conference, and these two teams play each other a lot.
Yep, absolutely. It's still a travesty, I think, that Granite City got out of the Southwestern Conference, because that rivalry has been so strong for so many years.
Yeah, they still play each other once a year now instead of twice a year, so it takes a little bit of the luster off. Collinsville, by the way, is 15-10-1 versus Granite City over the last 22 years. Granite City, on the other hand, is 4-2 in postseason action against Collinsville. So they pick up the wins when it matters the most, and we'll see how this game goes along. We apologize for the top cutoff of the scoreboard. Yeah. So I was noticing that earlier during the JV game that 9s look like 4s. I have already told Clay Smith about it, so he's going to get the huddle people on the phone tomorrow and see if he can rectify that situation before we come back out here for another game. All right, we're underway. Collinsville had control of the ball first over on the far side, ends up going out of bounds, and Collinsville will have the throw in. And they throw it in to Jordan Gary. We'll probably call her name a lot.
She was very active in last night's match. As Coach Munoz indicated, she is the leader of this club, in the center of the ballpark. And, she does lead by example.
Yeah, we saw Shelby Hawk throw that game in there. Watch for her. She's going to be a stalwart on defense.
That is a freight train coming at you, buddy.
Yeah, sure is. Over on the far side, Collinsville trying to keep it and go forward with it. Here is Ashley Giannini, the freshman. That gets knocked out of bounds. Collinsville's going to keep it, and yet another throw in. That'll come right in between the benches over on the far side. And it comes down and onto the foot of Morgan Lang. Then it's popped up into the air, and no one seems to want to take control of this ball right now. It's just kind of flying everywhere. It's already been out of bounds 3 times. And now Granite City will play it back to the defense and Olivia Upshaw. Upshaw last year, by the way, 1,307 minutes in goal. 7-7-4 record. She recorded 5 shutouts, all of those by herself. She did not need any help. Gave up 29 goals on the year for a goals against average of 1.78 and a save percentage. 105 saves on the year. Good for about 78% of the time she'll save the ball. Collinsville still trying to get that offense going. Here is Jeremias. Big part of this game as well. Tried to send it across the way, and that was picked off by Granite City, but a nice play there by Van Dyke. She comes around and takes the ball right off of the foot of the advancing Lady Warrior. And then a nice little back kick there on the far side by Jeremias, and that one is almost heading in the right direction. Now a ball that goes back once again to the Granite City defense. They'll just pop it up in the air, and it comes down. Trying to get there first was Morgan Lang. She couldn't, and now Granite City comes up with the ball. That is Hickam. Hickam will send it back to her defense, and the defense will pop the ball all the way down to the offensive side, but off of the head of Lainey Belandis. And then I believe that somebody just ran into Van Dyke and may have gotten her up high a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not sure what she took, but she's not feeling good.
No, that was Peyton Hatfield that kind of ran into her, and she was kind of jumping when they made body contact. I was wondering if she didn't get hit in the head or the chin or something.
I'm not sure, but she looks like she's crying.
Yeah. Ball put back into play by Lainey Belandis on the free kick, and just eludes Jeremias. She'll try to use that speed to go close off that gap as it's kicked out of bounds by Taylor Carson for Granite City. And Collinsville will yet have another throw-in. Comes over onto the far side and onto the foot of Giannini. She tried to circle with it and give it up to Jordan Gary, but that got knocked off by one of the defenders. It comes back for Giannini, and Giannini this time connects with Gary. Gary puts on a couple of moves. The young lady who will be attending SLU next year. As Collinsville looking for a little offense here. Here is Hennessy. Hennessy banks it off of the body of Megan Summer, and then it comes over to the near sideline, picked up over there by Lillian Bloomquist for Granite City, and then sent up the line, but that ball is out of bounds, and Collinsville once again will have another throw-in. I like the way Collinsville's controlling the play and keeping the ball down here on the offensive side.
Yeah, so far they've done a really good job of just possessing the ball and showing a little bit of patience. Now they just need to start working the width a little bit, getting your wings involved and pushing the ball forward.
Throw in from the corner flag here on this near side by Granite City. Comes down and met there by Summer. She's trying to keep Madison Vasiloff from going anywhere, but Vasiloff breaks out of that with a head of steam, sends the ball all the way across. This is going to be dangerous for Granite City as they come up, and chasing over there is Lainey Belandis, and then it comes right into the middle, and Collinsville gets there first and kicks that ball right out.
Collinsville defense is going to have their hands full all night with Savannah Kamani Vong. I've had the chance to be around that kid since she was about 7 years old, and she is a dynamic player.
Yeah, Kamani Vong is only a sophomore this year. Last year she recorded 7 goals as a freshman.
Yeah.
And you got to pay attention to her, that's for sure. And she's just going to get better.
And she's the type of player that if you can play physical with her and get your body on her, you'll throw her off her game. But her foot skills and her technical abilities are off the charts. They're going to have to watch her all game.
Off of the head of Megan Summer. Collinsville trying to collect it and get it back on offense. Off of Jordan Gary, and then it comes up for Morgan Lang. Lang couldn't hang with it, but Jordan Gary comes back on a nice little right between the legs of the defender, or actually the forward in this case, and then that one was headed out of bounds. Kamani Vong had that one go
right through her legs.
Right through the 5-hole.
Right through the legs.
Number 6, Sophia Kiefner.
Kiefner will check into the game for the first time, the senior forward. As Collinsville makes the first substitution of this game. Here is Hawk. Shelby sends it up to midfield, but it's picked off there by Granite City, and then it comes back to the Collinsville defense, and that is Belandis. Belandis loses control of the ball as well. Now she gets it back and then banks it off of an ankle of one of the Granite City players, then over onto the far sideline, picked up there and moved forward once again. A centering pass, but that one doesn't find anyone except for the foot of Megan Summer. See, I've also got to get out of basketball hockey mode, too. Centering pass is hockey. Crossing pass is soccer, correct?
Okay. Yeah,
okay,
you're right.
All right.
Uh-huh.
I had a couple of weeks off between the last game, but I'll tell you, man, it feels like I just got back from Quincy.
Man, what a disappointing end that was.
Yeah. I thought when we went up 14-0, we got this game going in the bag, but that didn't happen. Here is Jordan Gary. Gary comes up this near side sideline, springs a pass over to Hennessy. Hennessy trying to get it back to Gary, but ended up going behind Jordan. And then it comes all the way out near midfield for Summer. Megan sends it over to the sideline, and that's out of bounds. Unable to get there quick enough was Allison Hennessy. She was in the right spot, but couldn't get that leg down before it crossed that yellow line.
We got a new Summer in the starting lineup for the Kahawks this year. Megan taking the place, I guess, of her sister Sydney, who was a stud center back for the Kahawks last year.
Played some goal last year as well.
Yeah, that's true.
260 minutes worth. She ended up going 0-3, but, you know, she still had fun, I'm sure. Here's Granite City. They're looking for their first bit of offensive presence in the O-zone, and that one ends up going across the line, and it is going to be a corner kick coming up here for Granite City. We'll have our first corner kick of the game. And over here on this near side corner being taken by Ella Hickam. And it's on the way. Stays out front and then popped off of a head and right at the goal. Addie Johnson had to reach up or jump up and get that ball because it was going top shelf, that's for sure.
It sure was. Collinsville's got to get more aggressive on these head balls in the box. Defend them a little more strong.
Back out to midfield, comes rolling all the way down, and here comes Megan Summer. Couldn't control it, and it's going to go out of bounds, and Granite City is going to have a throw-in. 31:50 left here in this first half. No score between Collinsville and Granite City. And a throw-in coming over here just about 5 yards away from the corner kick area. Comes down and onto the foot of Hale, but she couldn't control it. She'll have to go back and retreat it. Collinsville trying to dislodge that ball. They did for a moment, but it ends up going right back to Granite City, and here is Lillian Boomquist. And that goes over the end line, and that was put there by Granite City, so Collinsville is going to have a goal kick restart here with 31:10 left to play in this first half.
Kira Van Dyke checking back in. I know she was pulled out of the match by Coach Boyd for a conversation. I think he was checking her from that last injury.
Yeah. Wise idea these days. Back to action. Ball squirts out over here on this near side sideline. As we approach the first 10 minutes expired in this contest. Off of the head of Hennessy and then off of the head of Jordan Gary. Now back onto the feet of Gary. She sends it over to the near sideline for Hennessy. Hennessy back to Gary. Gary trying to split the couple of defenders down there, see if she can get around. She does so. Turns the corner on the left wing, puts one toward the goal right into the breadbasket of Olivia Upshaw.
It's a good run by Jordan Gary. Beat 2 or 3 players, got that cross off. Unfortunately, nobody on the receiving end.
Upshaw sends it back out to midfield. Gave you the numbers on Upshaw, and as soon as we have an opportunity, which is right now, we'll give you Addie Johnson's numbers last year, 1,220 minutes. 3-10-2 last year for Addie. She had a couple of shutouts. Gave up 32 goals for a goals against average of 2.1 and made 81 saves, and her save percentage was right at 72%. There was a nice defensive stop there by Lainey Belandis, and then she gets it up to Hennessy, but Hennessy turns the ball over. Granite City heads back the other way, and
That was ball.
yeah, all the way back out to midfield it goes. Jeremias gets it over to Georgia Cox. Cox turned the ball over. She knew it as soon as she kicked it.
Is she on sides?
Put her hands up to her face. Yeah, I was going to say that. It's not onside. There's no way that a person wearing a white jersey could be that far behind everybody wearing purple.
I would hope not. Lainey Bland is learning a new position this year. As you know, she was a wing back for the Kahawks last year. Now she's filling that Sydney Summer role as the sweeper back for the Kahawks, and so far she's done a pretty good job. She's a bulldog.
All the way past midfield and then back to the midfield logo. To Jordan Gary. Gets it over for Georgia Cox, who then finds Shelby Hawk. Shelby overstepped the ball, but had the wherewithal to come back and get it and sends it back to Belandis. Laney up to Jordan Gary. She got held from behind, no call. And now Van Dyke sends it over here to the near side for Summer. Megan Summer, that is a nice pass, too, right between the legs of number 11 there. Here comes Jordan Gary, and she has on the outside Allison Hennessy. Hennessy comes up, gives it back to Gary, but Gary couldn't overrun it. Now she's breaking away with it, and then a nice stop there by the defense, and that one's popped up and out of bounds. Boy, the Lady Kahawks had something going on there.
It's a good run by the Kahawks. Giannini showing a little skill, showing a little soccer intelligence.
Girl plays volleyball.
I heard she plays everything.
And basketball, and now soccer. So she's got a finger in every season sport that Collinsville has to offer: fall, winter, and spring.
Well, you know what? There's something to be said for multi-sport athletes. You know, a lot of these club sports, no matter what sport it is, soccer, baseball, volleyball, they want you to spend all your time playing the one sport, and I think a lot of professional and college coaches will tell you they'd take the multi-sport athlete any day.
Yeah, gives them all kinds of experience.
Right.
And gives them there's all kinds of teaching lessons involved in all those different sports.
For sure.
I know that she got into a couple of varsity volleyball matches in the fall, and I know she got into a couple of late season basketball games here as that season ended just a little while ago, and now here she is as a freshman getting a start on the varsity soccer club, so good for her.
Yep.
Ball ends up out of bounds at the end of the Granite City bench, so Collinsville will have a throw-in. We have 27:05 left to play here in this first half. No score as of yet between Collinsville and Granite City. Each team has had one shot on goal. That one ends up going out of bounds over on the far side as well at the end of the Granite City bench. There's like a bench on the left, a bench on the right that's totally empty, and all of the other girls are sitting huddled together over there in the middle, trying to keep warm the best they can. At least the sun did come out. It felt good.
Yeah, it is not as cold as it was yesterday. I can assure you of that.
Yep.
It's easy to say sitting up here, though.
Yep, we got a softball game on tap for you tomorrow. That was supposed to be a Thursday game, but with the rain in the forecast, they wisely moved it to Wednesday. Here comes Collinsville. Here is Giannini. Giannini over here on the near side trying to get around. She stepped on the ball and fell down. And then Collinsville got there at the same time Granite City did, so that ball didn't go very far. And here is Giannini once again. Tries to send it in the middle. Now she throws a hip check.
Legit hip check.
Legit hip check. 26 minutes. And some loose change left to go here in this first half. My name is Todd Duke. Brett Borm on the other microphone. Glad that you're with us here on the Kahok Sports Network as we kick off our spring sports season, which means one thing to me. School is almost over.
Oh, summer break.
I know. Coming up, here's Jeremias. Jeremias trying to get around 4 different defenders for Granite City. She comes up in front of the box, and it banks off of one of the Granite City players and comes back out, and Collinsville couldn't get there, so they send the ball on up to Vasilov. Vasilov Sends the ball up even farther now to Hogan. Hogan comes in on the left side, and that was a nice try by Summer. She got enough of it to get that ball going in a different direction. Now Summer gets it back, and we'll send it over to the far sideline, and Collinsville puts one right in the middle, but no one there wearing the purple. Here is a shot, and that's going to go wide. Wasn't sure, were you?
No, I'm looking through the windows here, so it was not clear.
A little distorted.
Yep. Actually looking through 2 windows.
Yeah. So Addie Johnson, the senior goalkeeper, will send us back to action. We have 8 seniors on this year's team, so I told Coach Munoz this might be the only time I interview her, and I'll be doing seniors for the rest of the year.
There you go. Those are always good.
Yeah, they're fun. I already told all the girls, too. Saw them all sitting in the bleachers. And asked all the seniors to raise their hands, and they did. I said, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. It was fun. I like messing with them. They're fun to mess with. Back out to midfield it goes, and who's going to pick it up? It's going to be Granite City. And they'll send it back to the defense once again, and that was Adrian Bloomquist who found it and sends it back up. Now a loose ball at midfield. Collinsville trying to get there, and that ball was poked out of bounds by Jordan Gary, so a throw in here right below our location by Olivia Vaughn. Vaughn throws it in. Granite City goes back to work. Up the sideline it goes. Onto the foot now of Lillian Bloomquist. Ella Hickman with it. Hickman looks and sends it back out to midfield. Defense takes over from there. That's Abby Knight. Knight sends it on back now to Adrian Bloomquist. Now back over here on this near sideline to Vaughn. And Granite City doing a lot of ball movement, but not just moving it in the right direction.
Right.
Lady Warriors trying to set themselves up for another attack. Here is Hogan. Hogan on the near side sideline. Got around one defender. Got around another defender. Puts a pass onto the foot of Hickam. Now in front. And a slow roller, and that's picked up by Addie Johnson. And now Granite City has 3 shots on goal. 23-20 left to play here in this first half. No score yet between Collinsville and Granite City. You know the girls are just itching to get a goal after 0-0 tie last night. There's a push down from behind, and the referee does blow his whistle, and that was against Madison Vassiloff. So Collinsville will have a free kick, but it'll be from about 90 yards away.
That's not an easy feat there, knocking Shelby Hawk off the ball.
Ain't kidding.
But she went flying.
Belandis will send it over to Hawk, and Hawk in front of the Granite City bench finds Jordan Gary. Gary comes close to that midfield circle. Sends the ball up to Allison Hennessy. Hennessy's got some speed. Trying to work her way around Vaughn. Back over to Giannini, who gets it over to Jordan Gary. Gary with a shot, and that one's going to roll, and didn't get enough of it really to get any speed or get it elevated a little bit. And that was a pretty easy pickup there for Upshaw.
Her momentum was going backwards when she did try to take that strike, and she did not get all of it. She'd like to have that back.
And Knight got her foot on the ball first, and Collinsville trying to go back to work. Poked it over the head of Hennessy. Hennessy trying to find Giannini, and that ball ends up being knocked out of bounds. Collinsville gives the ball back, and a throw-in coming up here from Vaughn. Vaughn throws it in off of the head of Bloomquist. Vaughn gets it right back, sends it up to midfield. Collinsville intercepts it. Comes over here to the near sideline, and now Jordan Gary will go back to work. Send it back to the defense. Here's Bolandis. Yeah, that was a misplaced pass there.
Mm-hmm.
So that allows Granite City to mount another attack. Here is Hogan all the way over onto the far side, edge of the box.
Good job, Laney. Way to recover.
Yeah, that was nice. Good steal, never gave up. Gets the ball up to Jeremias. Jeremias gets double teamed over there on the defense and wisely banks it off one of those defenders and out of bounds.
You know, one thing about Laney Belandis, I always feel like even if she does make a mistake, she doesn't freak out. She keeps her composure. She was able to win that ball back on her recovery run. It was a good job.
There's Jordan Gary. She was wide open. You can't do that too much to her. Here comes Jordan. She's got some speed, bringing it up, looking for somebody to pass it to. Cuts over into the middle, and then sends it on over, and a shot that was blocked out by the defense off the foot of Georgia Cox. And then a loose ball comes all the way back out near midfield. Shelby Hawk steps up from the defense. Gets it on up, and it's back over to Georgia Cox. Cox sends it back over to Hawk. Shelby had some pressure from behind, felt it coming, and wisely turned around and just kind of circled things. Now Lang sends it back to Belandis. Back up to Gary. And trying to spring Morgan Lang over there, but left that pass just a little bit too far. Had a chance to watch any of the City SC games?
Yes. The first game, yes, was able to catch that. You know, you got that Apple TV crap.
I refused to buy it.
I know. And then I was out of town for my son was in a showcase in Indiana for the game against Charlotte, and we were able to get the game in the hotel lobby, and all the boys were able to kind of huddle around and watch that. That was a good time. So I got tickets to a couple games. Expensive.
Yeah.
Not going to lie.
Yeah.
But we are going to go as a family a couple times this summer.
Well, that's cool,
Yep.
and I wish that they would do a better job of putting it on regular TV.
Sure.
They only have, I think, 3 games on the whole schedule that's going to be on regular TV. Kind of hard to, get into a team when you can't watch them.
Well, especially when you're talking about an expansion team. Now,
Yeah.
St. Louis being the, soccer capital, you don't have a problem cultivating fans here, but in other towns, other cities, you would.
Yeah.
And that pay-per-view stuff that's for the birds.
I've got enough, man. I got Paramount Plus, I got Peacock, I got Netflix. I just got rid of Bally Sports because, quite frankly, the Blues are not good this year, and not really sure if the Cardinals are going to be on there much longer because of the bankruptcy that's going on. So, I don't know.
So where do the Cardinals go?
Well, Major League Baseball says they got a plan in place, but they're not telling anybody what that plan is.
Got it.
Here's Van Dyke as we get back to action here. Gets the ball onto the foot of Megan Summer. Summer back to Van Dyke, and Van Dyke looking to send it up to Jeremias, but that was blocked out. Now back over to Megan Summer and back over to Van Dyke. She'll send the ball back over to Belandis. And near side for Megan Summer. Summer looking for someone to pass it to. Finally, Georgia Cox emerges at midfield. But Georgia sneaks back over to the other side. Now up to Jordan Gary. And Gary wisely sends it over to Hennessy. Hennessy got closed in upon quickly. Gets it back out to Georgia Cox. Cox pops the ball up, trying to find Jordan Gary in the box. She got tugged from behind. Still gets separation. Puts a shot on goal, and that one goes wide, far side post.
Just out of the reach of Megan Jeremias making that back post run. If this was grass, I think we would have killed the whole left side of this field by now. We've got to find a switch. Got to find a way to get Morgan Lang involved in the offense on that right side.
Upshaw will send us back to action as we have 18 minutes, left to play here in this first half. No score as of yet between Collinsville and Granite City. Last year, Collinsville lost to Granite City 2-1. Last time Collinsville beat Granite City in girls soccer was in 2021, a 1-0 game.
There were several years I think Granite had some down years in girls soccer. Of course, we know they're having down years with the boys program, but this is a decent group they've got here coming up.
Of course, Clay Smith and all the success he had as the head coach for the girls program here. In the 8 years that he was the head coach, he only lost to Granite City once, and that was in his very first year.
Yeah. I think they've slowly turned the corner, started developing some players out of the Granite City area. And that's good for the school. That's good for the program.
Yeah. They have a rich soccer tradition over there at Granite City.
Yep. They got to find a way to get that boys program back going in the right direction.
16:50 left to play here in this first half. No score yet between Collinsville and Granite City.
Looks like Liliana Lira checking in the match in place of Morgan Lang.
Number 22, Liliana Lira.
Well, Liliana, a sophomore midfielder. This ball in the box and a shot that goes over the net. Put there by Granite City.
Substitution number 7.
Nope, it's going to be a corner kick.
Must have been a deflection then.
I think. No, it's going to be, is it? Oh, the opposite corner. Okay. I'm over here looking at this corner and send it out over to the far side. Once again, Ella Hickam, the senior midfielder for Granite City, will take this corner kick. It's on the way. This one stays a little bit more closer to the net. Nice job getting the head on the ball there by Megan Summer, because that was in a dangerous spot. And there's a ball that's going to go over, and that will be a goal kick restart.
Good job defending on that header by Megan Summer, able to get the ball up and out of the danger zone.
Yeah, she was in the right place at the right time, that's for sure.
One thing I've noticed difference between the boys and the girls is the boys have no problem heading the ball. Girls seem to be a little bit more tentative.
Yeah. All right, we're back to action. All the way over on the far side. Pass, shot, and that one is on goal. And over there on that far side post was Addie Johnson, and she scooped that one right up. 15-15 left to play here in this first half. Ball comes all the way back out to midfield. Granite City uses the head to get it back going the other direction. Collinsville returns the favor, but it ends up finding the feet of a Granite City player anyway as they turn around looking for a little action here. This is going to be dangerous, and Addie Johnson comes out and cuts off the angle, and that ball ends up banking off of her knees and going across the end line for the third corner kick for Granite City here in this first half.
Addie Johnson doing a great job of coming out, being aggressive. She's not big in stature by any means, but she does know how to cut that angle down, making herself as big as possible. Great decision making.
That's the key. Once again, Ella Hickam. It's high, and this one's going to come out all the way to the other side and stays out in front of that box out there, and all the way over on the far side it goes again. Nice defensive play over there by Lyra. She just kind of took the player off the ball and went and got the ball back herself. And then a turnover will put another shot on goal, and that one just goes over the net. Whew, that was close.
Kira Van Dyke makes not a great decision there in her clearing attempt. It doesn't get out past the 15-yard line. Resulted in a scoring chance.
Didn't get enough air underneath that ball.
Correct, yep.
13:45 left to play here in this first half. And Collinsville in control of the ball. It's been a while since we've seen the Lady Kahawks put on a little offensive pressure. Hopefully they can get that going here real soon. There's a loose ball. Now it's a foot race. Jeremiah is trying to get there first. Can't. Just couldn't beat Abby Knight to that ball. But here is Jeremiah. Puts a shot on goal, and that one's going to roll right to Olivia Upshaw, and that will keep us at a 0-0 tie.
Abby Knight is a very strong defender for this Granite City Warriors squad. Another player I've had a chance to watch and coach since she was about 7 years old. And she's a great player recovering from an ACL surgery about 18 months ago.
Claire Thurman into the game for Granite City, gets the ball up, and now on the move is Vasiloff. Vasiloff sends one across the way, but there's Shelby Hawk to pick it off, and Collinsville will head back the other way. Here is Lyra. That ball ends up going out of bounds. Collinsville will have a throw-in. Lady Kahawk softball team started their season today after some time off, and they unfortunately lost 10-0 and had the old 5-inning rule kick in.
Oh.
We will have the home opener tomorrow for you as Mascuda comes to town. Scheduled for 4:30. We'll be on the air about 4:15. Collinsville here trying to generate some offense. Couldn't do so the defense sends it back to Upshaw. Upshaw sends it back over to the far sideline as they try to work their way back up into an offensive possession for Granite City. In the middle. Loose ball. Jordan Gary couldn't get there. Now another ball. That's sent all the way up. With a head of speed is Thurman. Thurman trying to turn the corner, but a nice play by Megan Summer to just poke that ball away. That's across the end line. So here comes the fourth corner kick of this first half for Granite City.
It's a lot of corners in first half here. Collinsville's got to do a better job of clearing their balls more towards the sideline than out of bounds. One of these are going to result in bad mojo.
You give them enough.
Yeah, that's right. Seen it too many times.
Here is Hickam once again with this corner kick here on this near side corner. She sends this one a little lower, but it stays out front once again. And trying to track it down. Granite City shot on goal, and that one goes just wide over on the far side post.
See what I'm saying?
I know. You play with fire, you're going to get burned. As we approach 11 minutes left to play here in this first half, want to welcome in a couple of new sponsors. Got the Bridge Inn right up the street here in Caseyville.
Nice.
Signed them up over the weekend. And Schaefer Excavating and Demolition is also signed on. So if you got some stuff you want to blow up, give them a call. But it's got to be a house, or something like that you're trying to raise.
Sponsors are good, right?
Yeah, they are.
Come on, Georgia.
I like all of our sponsors.
Come on, Georgia.
And that's off of shins of one of the defenders. Nice move there by the referee to keep his head out of the way. Granite City comes up with the ball. They send it right into the middle, and up into the middle it comes, but there is Belandis to keep that ball from going any farther, but couldn't poke it over to a teammate, so Granite City continues their push upfield on offense. Bridge Inn, by the way, in case you didn't know, now serving breakfast on Saturdays and Sundays.
There you go.
Yeah, I went there I went there Sunday and got some scrambled eggs, hash browns, bacon, toast. It was good.
Is that when you signed him on the dotted line?
No, I signed him Friday night, so it was like 2 days later. Back to action here, Collinsville. It's been a while since they have put any kind of pressure in the offensive side of things.
She's got nothing. She's looking, and she just got nothing.
Yeah, here is Jordan Gary. Sends the ball over to the far side, and just outside the box. That one's kicked away and comes all the way out for Granite City to handle once again. Back to midfield for Belandis. Belandis sends it up to Shelby Hawk. Shelby runs in front of her own bench and then got poked off the ball, but she got it right back and then sends it over to the far sideline. Here is Hawk once again pitching in on the defense and sends one over into the far side corner, but the only problem was there wasn't anyone there wearing purple. 9:15 left to play here in this first half. Still no score between Collinsville and Granite City.
Another freshman entering the lineup now, Carly Call, who scored your JV goal.
Got the only goal for Collinsville in the JV game.
Collinsville substitutions number 7, Morgan Lang, and number 20, Carly Call.
Morgan Lang comes back in. That one, Jeremias was trying to chip over to the middle for Jordan Gary, but she didn't get enough of it. And now a loose ball comes all the way over here to this near side sideline, picked up by Megan Summer. Summer gets it to Jordan Gary. Gary pokes the ball up, trying to spring Morgan Lang, but Lang couldn't get there before Olivia Vaughn did. Still knocked out of bounds. Collinsville will have a throw in. 0-0 is our score with 8:25 left to play here in this first half. Throw in coming up from Summer. Throws it up the line. And Granite City will just send it right back out of bounds. Another throw in here by Megan Summer. Trying to spring it up that sideline, but she's trying to spring Giannini over there, but having a hard time connecting.
Mm-hmm. I saw where Edwardsville got their season kicked off with a 6-0 win, picking up from where they left off last year.
Well,
Olivia Baca with a hat trick. I mean, that girl's legit too. Xavier commit, good player.
I have Xavier winning a couple of games on my bracket.
Known as a basketball school, right?
Uh-huh. Another throw in by Summer comes up the line, and that one is kicked across the end line. That's going to be a corner kick here for Collinsville. Their first one of this game.
Let's get something going on this one.
Oh, yeah. Megan Jeremias will take this corner kick here on this near side corner.
Get somebody in there that's not afraid to head the ball, like a Shelby Hawk. Shelby Hawk is not afraid of anything.
Ashley Giannini is the one closest to the goal for now, as Jeremias is ready to send this one packing. It's on the way. It's going to go over to the other side, and then it is headed down, but that's going to go across the line, and that's going to be a goal kick restart coming up here for Granite City with 6:45 left to play here in this first half. No score yet between Collinsville and Granite City, as Upshaw sends us back to work. Not quite to midfield on the fly, but it gets there on the roll. And it rolls right onto the foot of Madison Vasiloff. Vasiloff sends the ball up over onto the far side left wing. Coming into the box, trying to get a shot on goal. No good. Collinsville with some good defense there. Had two defenders on the ball carrier. Now a shot at the goal and a save by Addie Johnson.
Shelby Hawk did do a great job recovering and was able to cut that angle off before it became a real threat for the Granite City Warrior offense.
Got this frog in my throat that just won't go away. Jeremias off of her own foot. She's trying to track it down, but the foot race was won by Abby Knight. Knight just sends the ball out of bounds. Collinsville will have another throw in, and once again, here comes Megan Summer. Summer throws the ball up and off of the shoulder of Giannini. Comes back out now for Georgia Cox. She got pressured from behind, had to get rid of the ball quick and tried to give a pass to Jordan Gary, but she'll get another opportunity here, will Georgia Cox. She'll head back to the center field logo and throws the ball onto the wrong player's foot.
Georgia usually shows more patience than that.
On the far side, and now picked up by Granite City. They move the ball across midfield into the offensive zone. Send it over to the far side sideline right in front of their head coach, Ken Prasma, in his 12th year as the head coach for Granite City. Here is a nice steal by Giannini, and Giannini trying to send the ball up to Jeremias. Banked off of one of the defenders, and here is Jordan Gary. Look what I found, Jordan says. She comes upfield, trying to spring a pass for Jeremias, and also in the mix there was Morgan Lang, but that ball ends up being poked out of bounds by the Warriors once again, and yet another throw in here by Megan Summer. Summer takes the easy toss in this time, gets it up to Giannini, and then that ball is spinning its way right across the end line. It'll be a goal kick restart as we approach 4 minutes left to play here in this first half. Had to make sure it didn't say 14. That goal post on the far side from the football field will block off that one.
All the time.
Yeah.
I always have to look.
Back out toward midfield. Jordan Gary uses her head to get it back going the other way, and then I don't know why, but Ashley Giannini started heading toward the ball and then peeled off a little bit. Yeah.
I actually thought Megan Jeremias was coming back to get it.
Well, here is a feed for Hawk over on the far side. Shelby puts on the brakes at the end of her bench, sends the ball up. And a try here by Carly Call. That ends up going out of bounds. Another throw-in coming up here for the Lady Kahawks. This one's going to be handled by Shelby Hawk. Into the box it goes. Out of the box it goes. And that one is going to go all the way into the Collinsville bench. And the Kahawks will have yet another throw-in. And again, it'll be Shelby Hawk on that side. Megan Summer does that job on this side. Megan Summers probably like, it's about time we get some over there. My arms hurt. Here's Jordan Gary. Turns the circle on the right wing. Has a little separation trying to keep it from going across the line, and she did not.
Great run by Jordan. Unable to keep it in bounds.
Yep. 3 minutes to go here in this first half. Glad that you're with us as we kick off our last season of the year, spring sports. Got some soccer for you tonight. Got some softball for you tomorrow. Supposed to have some baseball for you on Friday, but I'm thinking that I'm not going to be able to do that game. I was talking to Joe Muniz, the athletic director for Belleville West, and he said, well, Todd, the field's still a little bit under construction. I wouldn't advise coming out here to do that game. He said, give them about a month. They're going to have a press box built, and then I'll be able to come out and do some games.
Is that at West?
It's against Jacobs at West. It's one of these, it's a tournament at the beginning of the year. It's called the PBR tournament.
Okay.
Collinsville plays 4 different teams in 4 different locations. Collinsville trying to make some noise here. Out front it goes. Georgia Cox couldn't quite get there to get a strike on that ball before the defender closed in on her. And Granite City gets the ball back. Here is Peyton Hatfield. Hatfield sends the ball all the way up the sideline, but nice job there by Van Dyke tracking down the runner and got to the ball first, although she couldn't get it. It still delayed everything for a while. Now Granite City just pokes it into the box, and it's going to roll across the end line, and Collinsville will have themselves a goal kick restart. So it's looking like my first baseball game won't be until the home opener, and that will be 1 week from tomorrow.
Did they have some rainouts this last week, or cold outs, or?
Yeah, baseball hasn't played yet. They were supposed to start playing, I believe, Thursday.
Okay.
They had games Thursday, Friday, and Saturday scheduled for that tournament. I know that the freshmen in the JV team got rained out at Breeze Central the other day. So, yeah, let the fun begin. The scratching off and writing down other dates for just about everything. There's a nice job in the center, but Georgia Cox couldn't get there.
Wonderful ball by Megan Jeremias, flighted in from that right flank. Just a step behind, just step or two behind was Georgia Cox making that run. Baseball team, I think, should be good this year, yes?
Yeah, they got some good players.
Yeah.
Of course, the football guys will always try to help out, Colby Anderson and Darren Pinnell.
Correct.
Collinsville trying to see if they can get one home before the final 30 seconds of this first half runs out. They'll have to do it with another throw-in. And once again, Megan Summer throws it up the line to Jeremiah. She tries to use her head to get it into the box for Giannini. And Giannini never got there, and that ball's going to go across the end line again. And Collinsville will have to hurry if they want another throw-in here before time runs out. I don't think they're going to be able to get much going on here. 5 seconds left. Throw in. Comes in and then sent to Granite City. They'll kick it out of bounds, and that will do it for the first half. No score between Collinsville and Granite City after one half of play, and that will take us into halftime. And our halftime show brought to you by Woods Basement Systems. All things basement-y. Since 1986, Woods Basement Systems has been doing their thing. If you need some help keeping your basement dry, give them a call at 618-708-4055. Back in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
I couldn't ask for a better agent, for a better company in a disaster where you have no idea where to start.
I learned that there's not a given in life. It takes a team. There's people that are going to watch out for us and that care.
It's been pretty stressful. Once we saw Lori and got our plan, it's
like a huge weight lifted.
In Collinsville, call Scott Allen at 618-346-1500.
Chapman Trucking, LLC. Chapman Trucking is a local Collinsville business owned and operated by 1994 Collinsville graduate Christy Chapman. With over 10 years of experience, Chapman Trucking, LLC can take care of all of the heavy lifting when it comes to hauling aggregate materials such as sand, driveway rock, dirt, boulders, and more. That includes getting your heavy work equipment to your work site where it needs to be. Give Christy a call for a free estimate at Chapman Trucking, LLC, 618-960-9346 or online at chapmantruckingllc.net.
Projects in and around your home can be daunting and overwhelming. Take the stress out of those projects and let AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions do all the heavy lifting. Former Kahok Adam Welly can help knock those projects off your list. From framing drywall, painting, and stair work inside to deck work, hardscapes, and concrete and retaining wall construction outside your home, including power washing and brush removal. Whatever the task, AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions can help. Call Adam Welly for a free estimate at AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions, 314-252-8010. That's 314-252-8010. Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside's all-star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Lakeside Roofing, celebrating 50 years of serving the metro area. Choose experience, choose Lakeside. Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahawk fans, before, after, or even during Kahawk games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahawk games live as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahawk fans' pub of choice.
The people of Illinois welcome you. The folks in Collinsville, Illinois, well, they want you to stick around for a while and enjoy the sights, the fun, the food, and of course, the Collinsville Kahawks. The city of Collinsville is a proud supporter of the Collinsville Unit 10 School District. So welcome to Collinsville. Come on over, catch a Kahawks game, or enjoy some of the new places to eat, shop, and have fun. There's plenty to do for the young and the young at heart. Enjoy Christmas at the Collins House during the holidays, tunes that bloom in the warm summer months, and more. There's plenty to do in Collinsville, so come on over for a bit. The folks in Collinsville would love to see you. For more information, go to www.collinsville.org.
Welcome back into the Woods Basement Systems halftime show here on the Kahok Sports Network. Not much of a show for you this time. Not a lot going on in the game. No scoring to tell you about, and we don't have a lot of out-of-town scores because everything's just getting started here in the world of spring sports. We do know that the Lady Kahok softball team took one on the chin today, 10-0. They got 10-run ruled in the fifth inning at Roxana. So Collinsville will try to right the ship tomorrow when they turn to the home baseball diamond over there at the Collinsville Sports Complex with a game against Mascoutah that we'll have for you at 4:30 tomorrow afternoon, 4:15 pregame show. And we can tell you that the JV soccer team found themselves in a 1-1 tie with Granite City. Carly Call, the freshman, scored the only goal for Collinsville with about 45 seconds left to go in the first half. Granite City tied it early in the second half, and then it just stayed 1-1 for the rest of that game. Here it is 0-0. Granite City has 5 shots on goal in this one. Collinsville has 3. Granite City also has 11 corner kicks in this contest, and Collinsville got one late in the first half for their first one of this game. So that is pretty much going to do it for the Woods Basement Systems halftime show. Again, if you're having some problems with water in your basement, give my friends at Woods Basement Systems a call at their Collinsville headquarters, 618-708-4055. Back with the second half in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Looking to buy a new home or sell your current home? Trust the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now, and you can trust the years of experience the Blaylock Group brings to the table. The Blaylock Group can help you find your dream home, or they can help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty, 618-780-4622. That's 618-780-4622. The Blaylock Group of eXp Realty.
Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Lottie's Cafe offers food, cocktails, and gaming in a great atmosphere highlighted by fast and friendly service. Lottie's Cafe also offers a unique menu that features soups and salads, sandwiches and paninis, pizza and flatbreads, appetizers and desserts, as well as breakfast. That's right, we said breakfast. Unique breakfast items such as a breakfast stromboli, a breakfast BLT, and breakfast burritos. Lottie's also offers creative cocktails, a wine bar, the coldest beer around, and a video gaming area for those 21 and older. And don't forget the Lottie's Cafe gift certificates. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Check them out online at lottiescafe.com, on Facebook, or in person in the Strip next to the Walmart Neighborhood Market. Or call Lottie's Cafe at 618-223-8256. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem.
Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, and finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking, conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage, for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA storage team, GASA Storage at gmail.com, or call today. GASA Storage Team, 618-797-6100. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville produces their own spirits and beer on site right at the restaurant. Pair that with some of the most unique menu items around the entire metro area, and you can see why they are such a hit. They can handle you and your family, or they can handle you and your group. Throw in the occasional live entertainment, and you can see why Old Herald Brewery and Distillery is a must-stop destination in Collinsville. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville, 618-855-8027, or online at oldheraldbrewing.com. Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our Kahawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a Kahawk, always a Kahawk. Hashtag Kahawk Family.
Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com, or call Pack Mail at 346-4884.
And welcome back to Kahawk Stadium. Todd Duke is my name. Brett Bourne will be back here in just a moment. 40 fresh minutes put up on the clock. We are just about ready to go here for second half action after a scoreless first half. So we've played 3 halves so far this year for your Lady Kahawks, and they are still searching for the back of the net. But Granite City, they are in the same boat, except for they didn't play last night. This is their season opening game. And we will see who will bend here first. We switch sides. Collinsville defending the goal to your left, and Granite City defending the goal to your right. Do we have a new keeper for Granite City? We're underway. Granite City with the ball, and they'll send it all the way down, and that ball will end up going out of bounds. Reese Smalley is the other goalie listed on the roster here. But she has yet to turn around, so I can't even see a number. Yeah, I think she does have a jacket on, so there is no number. But I think that does not look like Olivia Upshaw, does it? No, must not be. So that must be Reese Smalley. She's the only one listed on the roster as the other goalie, and I know that she was over there practicing with the assistant coaches over there on the far side. So here's Collinsville. They get the ball, and they're trying to send it up. And to midfield it will go, and sent up exactly as what happened, but there were 3 defenders back there waiting for it, and now Smalley will send the ball back out to midfield. And Collinsville will take it over from there. I would think that you have to have like a rule or something saying that you have to wear a jersey with a number on it.
Well, these are extreme circumstances,
Oh,
Todd.
yeah, I know.
It's cold.
I know. And goalkeepers, they stand around a lot.
In my experience, these were the worst games to play because if you're not getting any action, your hands just sit there and freeze.
Uh-oh. That was a nice job by Jordan Gary to bump off the ball carrier, and it comes all the way back out front. Collinsville dodged a bullet there because that looked like it was about to be something. Here is Peyton Hatfield. Hatfield sends the ball up, and it's picked up by Emmy Hogan, but Hogan couldn't stay there with it. And now Jeremiah has it jump off of her leg, but holding tight was Abby Knight, and Knight will send it back to the defense once again. Defense sends it back up to midfield, so Granite City will try to start all over again. Here is Hatfield. Hatfield sends it over here to Connie Monvong, and over on the left wing, she gets a little head of steam going, tries to turn that corner, puts a centering pass up, and the shot goes wide on past the near post.
Kamani Vaughn making a great run down this left flank. I'd like to see Shelby Hawk take a better angle to that run. I felt like she was running away from the ball and the dribbler versus, attacking or at least trying to cut that angle off.
Kamani Vaughn played pretty much all of the first half, and then she was taken out, and she didn't play the rest of that. I'd say probably the final 15 minutes of that second half or first half.
Kind of surprising.
Yeah. That ball gets away, and Collinsville will send it across the sideline, and Granite City will have a throw-in down here in their offensive zone.
At halftime, Todd, I saw some of our boy Kahok soccer players working the concession stand down there tonight.
Nice.
Borum and Mahat are trying to earn some National Honor Society hours today.
Good.
They're freezing too.
I bet. Yeah, sun went down about an hour ago or so, and it chopped off a couple of degrees. I think it only made it to like 42 today.
Yeah, but that sun
it
kept
helps.
Yeah, sure.
It does. Even when it's 20 degrees outside, if it's sunny, it feels better.
Right.
All the way over on the far sideline. Granite City has control of the ball. They'll pop it up into the box, and it's headed back out by Van Dyke for Collinsville. Now, Granite City intercepts it again. That ball goes over the sideline, and another throw-in comes up that sideline. No one can really get anything going on until they centered that ball with a nice crossing pass, and then it comes down and popped up, and that one goes over the net and through the football uprights, and Collinsville will have a goal kick restart. We are 4 minutes into the second half. No score as of yet between Collinsville and Granite City. Surely we're not going to do back-to-back 0-0 ties, are we?
Well, I hope not.
I also, but it could happen.
I'd like to cheer for something.
Yeah. Popped up, bounced, and then Georgia Cox will send it back into Collinsville's offensive zone, and Abby Knight will just send it all the way back to Reese Smalley.
Oh.
Smalley sends it back up. That's a giveaway. Jeremias couldn't get there in time. The ball was bouncing too much.
Smalley making a poor decision to one-time that. She had plenty of time to take a touch and then try and clear her clearing pass.
Thought they were going to take a page out of the City SC book.
Ooh, there were a couple of those.
Yeah, 2 in different games.
Yep.
All right, here is Jordan Gary. Gary sends the ball over to Shelby Hawk. We'll get an up-close personal view of Shelby now since the teams have switched sides. She's onto this side. And back up to Gary. Jordan with her head up, looking for someone to pass it to. Thought she found Morgan Lang, but that avenue was shut off quickly by Taylor Carson. And now Granite City trying to generate some offense. Back into the Collinsville defense it goes. Ball bounces up. Jordan Gary trying to get there, but Kamani Vaughn is going to take a shot, and that one's going to go through the uprights. So back-to-back field goals, and Granite City's up 6-0.
That was a good opportunity by Kamani Vaughn. If she could have just got that shot down a little bit over the top of it. Good scoring opportunity for the Warriors.
Addie Johnson will send us back to action. Low kick. But it does make it all the way out to midfield, and then it's sent right back to where it came from. And Johnson will come out of goal and take care of that before any further damage can be done. Neither team has had real strong offensive possessions.
No, I agree. This is the way it was last night, too.
Yeah. There's a ball that's going to get away, and a nice job there by Eleni Belandis just to send that one back to Johnson and kind of take care of that pressure. Here is Jordan Gary. Jordan sends it up this near sideline, trying to chase it down is Morgan Lang, and that ball just had a little bit too much miles per hour on it, and it eludes her. So a throw in for Granite City deep in Collinsville's offensive zone. Comes up the sideline. And then off of the foot of Shelby Hawk and out of bounds. So another throw in coming up for Granite City right underneath our location. Comes up. And down the sideline it goes. Jordan Gary trying to get there first. She does. Trying
grabbing
to
her.
Keep, Hogan off of her.
Six was grabbing her from the back of the shoulders.
Maybe she was trying to give her a massage.
That could be. I need one of those.
I could use one of those too.
Good battle between those two. Jordan getting frustrated, giving her the two-hand shove back.
I was going to make an appointment for a chiropractor visit tomorrow, but once that softball game got changed, I had to change my tactics. So I think I'll be doing that Thursday instead. I usually try to go for an adjustment right before I start every season.
Got it.
When you're lugging this heavy equipment up these bleachers, man, I tell you what, it can take a toll on your back.
I bet you know a guy.
I do. To midfield it goes, and now Jordan Gary with it.
She's looking. She needs help.
Yeah, she is looking for someone to pass it to, and finally she finds Morgan Lang. Lang splits the defenders, gets it up to Georgia Cox. Cox turning around, looking for a little help herself, and finds Jordan Gary. Gary trying to do a little shimmy, trying to get past Hatfield, but she didn't. Ball comes over to Hawk, now over to Georgia Cox. Cox sends it over this way for Morgan Lang, but Lang got knocked off the ball, but she gives some of that right back, and that ball ends up going through the wickets and out of bounds. Another throw-in coming up here for Granite City. 8 minutes gone here in half number 2. Still looking for a score here between Collinsville and Granite City. Granite City only won 7 games last year. Collinsville only won 5.
It was a rough season.
Yeah, a little rough for both teams. Single-digit wins. And that ball, I think, was partially tipped on its way out. Jordan Gary circles with it and circles with it once again. Comes back heading in the right direction. Pops one into the front of the box, but there was a nice job by Abby Knight to get that ankle down just in time. And now Granite City trying to work it back upfield. They do. Jordan Gary trying to make sure that doesn't happen, and that is going to be a foul called against Madison Vasiloff because Jordan Gary got in front of her, and that sent Vasiloff into a little grabbing and kind of pulled her down. So a free kick coming from midfield. I've seen stranger goals scored.
Well, I do know Georgia Cox does have a good strike, but this is a little ambitious.
Yeah. I've seen him from about 30 yards out, not 50. Here is the senior Cox. Punches it. It's going to fly out to the far side and kicked away by Granite City, but Collinsville, they come up with it. There's Megan Summer. Summer trying to send it up the sideline. Does so for Jeremias. And then it goes out of bounds over on the far side. Oh, okay, so Olivia Upshaw is going to check back in. Not sure what that was all about. So Upshaw comes back in as the goalkeeper, and Reese Smalley will head over to the bench. She looks like she's limping. Smalley does, yeah.
Yep. I think that happened on that play with Jeremias there with the failed clearing attempt.
So Upshaw will send us back to action now. And Georgia Cox gets to it first. Pops it up for Jeremias, but that ball was knocked off of her foot by one of the defenders. And now Granite City will go back to work on the offense. Send up, trying to find Bloomquist. Bloomquist had that taken away. Addie Johnson, a nice little pass over on the far side, just as she had Bloomquist just barreling down on top of her. Here's Jordan Gary. Gary trying to create a little separation. Got a little too much, though, but still manages to connect the pass over there. And now out of bounds that ball goes, and Collinsville will have a throw-in right at the beginning of the Granite City bench. Throw comes up the sideline, and it's down. Granite City trying to take it over. They'll send it back once again to Abby Knight on defense. Knight sends it all the way down the other way. And then it'll go all the way back to Addie Johnson. Johnson sends it back up. That's where she finds Van Dyke. Van Dyke sends it over to the far sideline. And I believe that's Bolandis over there. Now back over to the defense for Collinsville. Sometimes they get so far away I can't see numbers.
Blandis is still at center back.
Ball popped up once again by Knight and out of bounds, so the throw-in will come right in between the two benches. 28 minutes, 40 seconds left to play here in half number 2. I'm going to venture to guess that you guys did not have an overtime last night?
No.
No, I would think that would be the same thing here if this thing stays tied, non-conference game. Here is Georgia Cox. She got kind of pushed from behind and never did get the pass where she wanted it to go. Comes back for Hawk, who finds Jordan Gary. Jordan Gary just put on a nice move there. Just total separation from Hickam. Now over onto the far side once again. Collinsville with it, trying to form some kind of an attack here. I don't think we've had a shot on goal by either team in the second half.
Not yet.
Here is Megan Summer. Summer trying to get rid of Lillian Bloomquist over there, and comes back over to Jordan Gary. Gary was going to try to send it up to the front of the box, but that was off of the shins of Peyton Hatfield. And now it goes back to Belandis. Belandis sends it to Van Dyke, back over to Belandis. Belandis sends it up the line, and that one in front of the Granite City bench, but Granite City takes over. They send it on up. Madison Vasilov trying to spring free Emmy Hogan, but Collinsville's defense held tough. Loose ball. Who wants it? Granite City does. Right in front of the Collinsville bench. Over on the far side sideline. Here's an opportunity for Granite City. And the crossing pass comes out front, but it ends up going behind the would-be forward who was there to put a shot on net that never materialized. Collinsville sends the ball all the way down the near side sideline. Chasing it down is Abby Knight, and she'll just send it over to Olivia Upshaw. And Upshaw pops one over to the far side corner of that 18-yard box, and Granite City goes back to work. Up toward midfield it goes to Hickam. And nice job there by Megan Summer to get that ball off of the foot of the Granite City player, and Jordan Gary will just send it back to Belandis. Belandis sends it into the offensive zone off of Jeremias. Jeremias into the midcourt logo area for Georgia Cox, trying to break free Jordan Gary, but just a step too far. Gary's limping a little bit now.
Well, she takes a beating. She's a lot like Bryson Bodie on the boys' side. You know, she just takes a beating and keeps on ticking.
There is Van Dyke. She'll send it over here to Shelby Hawk. Hawk had that ball dislodged off of her foot by Kamianvog, and she'll come around the corner looking for a job on goal and a save, but that one ends up going off of the hands of Addie Johnson and in. And Granite City breaks the 0-0 tie with 26-10 left to play here in this second half.
I know she'd like to have that one back.
Kamani Vong picks up her first goal of the year. She had 7 last year. Also had 3 assists. That was good for 17 points.
Scored by number 24, Savannah Kamani Vong. Time of the goal, 53-50. Kamani Vong.
So, Granite City has a 1-0 lead. And the way this game is going, that lead might be insurmountable.
You might be right.
Hope I'm wrong. I don't mind being wrong every once in a while, especially when it means that my Kahawks are scoring. So Granite City has the lead, and we'll see if that translates into some momentum here for the Lady Warriors. Collinsville a little bit back on their heels, but that doesn't stop Shelby Hawk from stealing a ball off of the foot of one of the Warriors forwards. And here comes Jordan Gary. Gary does a nice job splitting the defense, keeps the ball in front of her, trying to send the ball up into the middle and trying to find Jeremias. That ball gets past the defenders, and they'll just have to kick it out of bounds to relieve that pressure.
This is eerily similar to last night. I really feel like Collinsville is just struggling to get any sustained offensive pressure for any length of time.
Yeah, I agree. But I didn't see last night's game.
No, well, take my word for it.
I will. I believe you. Jordan Gary slips down on the turf once again. She's having a little bit of a rough go here lately. That ball gets all the way back past the Collinsville defense. Now it's a foot race, and it's going to be won by Granite City and Emmy Hogan. Hogan trying to chase it down before it goes across the end line, but it goes across the end line, and we are going to have a goal kick restart here for Collinsville.
Lainey Belandis making a probably 30-yard run from the opposite side to cut that ball off. Take away the Warriors scoring opportunity. She did a great job. She's quick.
Yes, she is. Johnson ready to send us back to work here. Does so to Georgia Cox, who finds Van Dyke. Van Dyke will send the ball over the head of everyone. Now Collinsville in a foot race as the Kahawks send down Kiefner, but she couldn't get there before that ball ends up squirting right across that yellow line. Lucy Klump, is that who that is? Number 7? Yep.
Lucy Klump.
Lucy Klump,
Freshman.
a freshman forward for Granite City. The one of 2 freshmen on the varsity roster. The other is Maya McKecken. Have not called her name yet. Back to the Granite City defense it goes. 23.5 minutes left to go here in the second half, so still plenty of time left for Collinsville to find the equalizer, and maybe 2, who knows. Here is Klump. Sends it up into the middle, onto the foot. Oh, well, there's McKecken right there, the other freshman. Collinsville steals the ball. Jordan Gary, once again, gets pushed from behind. Runs into a defender. No call. Here is Georgia Cox. Cox trying to send it up that sideline, but, you know, Sophia Kiefner was already coming back the other way when that ball was struck, and it went way past her. So Granite City will get the goal kick restart here, and Olivia Upshaw will take care of that. That's Olivia with an A.
I've not seen that before.
Yeah. She sends one up, not very far, and it falls down over here on this near side. Nice job by Gary, getting it onto the foot of Kiefner. Kiefner to Jeremias, but Jeremias couldn't catch up with it. If that ball was just a little bit slower, she would have.
Yep. It was the right idea, wrong pace.
Upshaw sends it back out to midfield once again. Fight for it over there on the far side. It ends up going underneath the Granite City bench, and the Warriors will take care of another throw-in. It comes off of the backside of one of the Granite City players right onto the foot of Carly Call, Collinsville's freshman. They have 2 freshmen as well. Actually, we have 4. On the varsity roster, McKenna Foley and Carly Van Dyke are both goalkeepers. And then you have Janini and Call, who have already seen action here in this game tonight. Here is Van Dyke. That would be Kira Van Dyke. Up the sideline it goes, and it rolls out of bounds over toward the ticket booth. And we have 21 and a half minutes to go here in this second half. 1-0 in favor of Granite City. Morgan Lang checks back into the game. Heading to the bench is Sophia Kiefner. Ball comes in. Granite City goes back to work on offense. Trying to, anyway. Collinsville would like to get a steal down here deep in their offensive zone and create a scoring opportunity of their own, and they might get that chance. Here is Georgia Cox. Cox finds the loose ball. Sends it on over to the far side, but unable to hold it in over there was Allison Hennessy. Another throw-in comes in. And it goes across the end line once again. Or the sideline, excuse me. Jordan Gary uses her head to send it back up into the corner. And once again, it's going to cross the yellow line. And another throw-in for the Lady Warriors. This one deep in their defensive zone. Popped up. Sent back. Another loose ball. Too bad Collinsville couldn't pick that one up. That was,
I know.
There was a wide open avenue to the goal there. Comes out to midfield, and Van Dyke had to go off of her foot. She was not liking the direction it went. And now Shelby Hawk falls down. That's going to give an opportunity for Hogan to come a little closer. Hogan sends it into the middle for Klump. Klump gets double teamed and taken off of that ball. Nice job on the defense there by Collinsville to keep that from turning into a goal scoring possibility, and that one is offside.
I feel like the intensity has dropped a notch or two for sure since that goal. Collinsville's not responded well since that Granite City goal.
We will talk things over with Sydney Carroll after this varsity game is over. She's going to come up to visit us, talk about her JV team's first couple of games, talk about the varsity's first couple of games. It's early in the season. We're just getting started. Hopefully these girls can gel and get some things figured out and start rattling off some wins. Collinsville trailing 1-0. They send the ball up on offense, but the defense for Kansas City is strong, and they'll send it back up off the foot of Abby Knight. That almost got past everyone, and now it does, and here is Addie Johnson way out of goal. And Collinsville got lucky there. Here is Van Dyke. Sends it over to the far side sideline, right in front of the Collinsville bench. Moving it up over there, or trying to anyway, is Carly Call. And now a loose ball. Jordan Gary trying to pick it up. She does. And now she'll circle, looking for a little bit of help. She'll send it back to the defense first. Back out toward midfield. Look what I found in my feet there. Ashley Giannini. She turned around. She's like, oh, where's the ball? Oh, there it is. That one is sent out of bounds. And another substitution coming up here for Granite City. Ella Hickam will check back into the game and take the place of Maya McKecken. And a throw-in coming up here just by us for Taylor Carson. Carson throws it to midfield. Jordan Gary got her head on it first, and then off of the head of Morgan Lang as well. Lang tries to stay with it, and that ball is going to go to Collinsville now. So at midfield, K-Hawks will get a throw-in. And here is Shelby Hawk. Sounds like a automobile's name, doesn't it? Then like a Plymouth Shelby Hawk.
You know what? It's a cool name. So, I mean, you could apply that to just about anything.
Yeah. To midfield it goes to Van Dyke. Kira sends it over to the far side. Finds Jeremias. Back over to Van Dyke, who sends it over to Call. Or excuse me, is that Call? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And back into the middle it goes, and Jordan Gary takes over. And then has that one bumped right off of her foot. And Collinsville will go back to defense and try to generate offense once again. Loose ball picked up by Jeremias. Almost picked up by Jeremias. Man, thought she got there.
Just a toe poke away, man.
K-Hawks back to work. Near midfield. Sent over here to Hawk. Shelby sends it on up. And that's...
Again, right idea,
wrong
wrong
pace. Yeah, I
pace.
know. We're just a tad off on these passes. You figure these things out, and you can generate some more offense. The only shot on goal we've had here in the second half is the one that scored.
Yep. And it was not a difficult one.
No. That ball is going to go out of bounds. Collinsville is going to catch a break there, and they're going to get a throw in here just outside the 18-yard box. K-Hawks making another substitution as heading out is Morgan Lang.
Substitution number 12, Megan Summer.
And Megan Summer checks back into the game. Throw in is going to come from Shelby Hawk. Throws it right down pretty much in front of her. That didn't materialize into much.
Nope.
Back on the defensive side of things we go. Here is Belandis. Belandis sends it up to Hawk, who sends it right here in front of us to Jordan Gary. Jordan, wherever she has her foot on the ball, she gets all kinds of company. Sent up the sideline. Trying to track it down over there was Ashley Giannini. She couldn't get there before the defender dub, but now Ashley almost came away with that ball. And that could have been dangerous for the K-Hawks. There is Hawk once again. Sends it over to Georgia Cox. Cox sends it all the way over to the far side sideline. Collinsville trying to generate some kind of offense, looking for their first shot on goal here in the second half. And then a hip check thrown right at Allison Hennessy, and she popped right back up. No call. Defense for Granite City mishit that ball. It finds Megan Jeremias. Jeremias cuts in front, tries to take a shot. She got quadruple teamed out there and ran into like 3 different Granite City players. As that ball gets away, and Addie Johnson comes all the way out about halfway between midfield and her goal and sends that one back up for Collinsville. K-Hawks need to generate some offense. Here is Cox. Sends it back over to the far side sideline. And Granite City banks it off of the Collinsville player, and then they send it up to Belandis.
Quiet.
Yeah.
The players are quiet, too. Nobody's talking on the field.
Yeah, I noticed that.
It's just...
Crowd's quiet because it's cold.
Yeah.
Even if they were to clap, probably everybody's wearing gloves.
But, I mean, these girls need to be talking to each other, and there's just no communication out on the field at all whatsoever right now.
That ball ends up out of bounds, and you got to throw it in. You can't just, take it. Throw-in will come from Taylor Carson. 14 minutes to go here in this second half. 1-0 in favor of Granite City. That goal came at the 53-50 mark of this game. And the Lady Warriors go back to work, trying to generate offense. Collinsville, nicely done. Shelby Hawk intercepts that ball, but now gives it back up. Back to the defense it goes. Adrian Bloomquist sends it back into the offensive side, and that just happened to hit the top of the shoe there of Carly Call and go right out of bounds.
Did you say Granite has played, or is this their first game?
This is their first game.
First game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Collinsville. Oh, Jordan Gary just got ran smack into.
That's got to be going. Yeah.
Yeah. A yellow card handed out. We're going to call a timeout. I think they're going to have to check on Jordan Gary.
Almost knee to knee.
Yeah. And the yellow card handed out to Ella Hickam. So we have a clock stoppage. 13:05 left to play. Jordan Gary's going to try to walk that off.
Yellow card issued Granite City.
Clock starts back up. Collinsville going back to work. And a little shove from behind on Sophia Kiefner kept that ball from hitting its target. That ball ends up going out of bounds. Kahawks will have a throw in just outside the 18-yard box on the far side sideline. 12:50 left to play here in this second half. Collinsville trails by 1, looking for the equalizer as that ball comes into the outside edge of that box and then sent back. Van Dyke sends it right back to where it came from, but Granite City got a foot on it first, pops it up into the air. Shelby Hawk uses that forehead and sends it right back to where it's supposed to go, but it didn't settle down for Giannini to get any kind of a run going on there, as that ball just kind of is just going all over the place except for where Collinsville wants it to go. So Granite City settles down and then settles the ball down and looks for another offensive opportunity.
Bad first touch by Kamani Vong. Otherwise, that turns into a dangerous play.
Yeah. Kamani Vong has the only goal in this game. She gets her head on another one, but Jordan Gary is there, and she'll send it over to Hawk, trying to send the ball up for Megan Summer, but that never really found Megan. And now Georgia Cox finds it and sends it over to the far side, and that was a misjudged fly ball there by Hennessy, and she was running in as the ball was going over her head.
Just struggling to put anything together offensively. And that I hope that's not the theme all season like it was last year. Defensively, strong.
Yeah.
Defensively, we're good.
Tracking down the ball over here on this near side sideline. That ball is going to belong to Granite City. Never did see anybody point a flag.
Nope.
Off for Shelby Hawk. Hawk gets pressure from behind by the opposing team's number 14. That is Madison Vasiloff. Collinsville gets the throw in, but I think they threw it in too fast. They were waiting for a substitution. So heading to the bench is Sophia Kiefner, and Jeremias will come back in.
Back in the game for Collinsville, number 4, Megan Jeremias.
10:45 left to play here in this second half. Collinsville trailing 1-0. No scoring in the first half. Only goal has come here in the second half. Collinsville looking for their own goal, their first goal of the year after being shut out last night by Waterloo. But Collinsville returned the favor and shut the Bulldogs out too. It was a 0-0 tie, so a little tit for tat there going on. Here's Van Dyke. Van Dyke sends it screaming up the sideline, but it has too much juice on it, and it'll go across the end line, and it'll be a goal kick restart coming up here for the Lady Warriors.
10 minutes left in the match, Todd.
Yeah.
Time's running, ticking down.
You get to that final 10 minutes, and then you get into that desperation mode. And when you're in desperation mode, that's when mistakes happen. Sometimes.
At this point, what do you got to lose but to hit desperation mode and,
exactly.
and see what you can generate up top?
Yeah, take some chances. Kahawks trail by 1 goal. They have the ball. Here's Georgia Cox. She'll send it back into the defense right at midfield. And Belandis will send the ball back up, but no one there to generate any offense as that ball gets over the defenders' heads and the forwards' heads and bounces all the way to Upshaw. Collinsville has yet to record a shot on goal here in the second half.
Granite City's done a really good job of parking the bus in the middle of the park. Not giving Collinsville any room to move, any room to work the ball.
I'll send that one back to Upshaw. Upshaw sends it over here to this near side sideline to Taylor Carson, who gets it up to Kaminatvog. I can't say that name. I'll get it at some point, but, this is probably the only time I see Granite City this year.
That's true.
Unless we meet them in the playoffs. Out to midfield it goes. Van Dyke. I even, got it spelled out and hyphenated, and I still can't get it right.
Well, I had to learn that name many years ago.
Took me forever to get Emma Rabashitsky's name right in basketball.
Yep.
Finally, after I think her sophomore year, I had it down pat. Granite City playing all kinds of keep away. And they want to keep on doing that. Collinsville trying to get the ball away, but they're having a hard time doing that until now. Here's Jordan Gary. Gary directing traffic right onto the foot of Shelby Hawk. Hawk sends it to midfield for Jeremias. Jeremias, probably a miss hit, but she found Giannini with it. Now back over to Jeremias, but she's got 4 Lady Warriors around her, puts a shot on goal, and that one goes too high. Probably the best opportunity of the game as far as a shot on goal, but just got a little too much underneath it, did Jeremias.
She did a good job of losing her defenders, got space, just didn't stay over top of the ball. Keep it down.
Upshaw with another goal kick restart here. 7:35 left to play here in the second half. Ball popped up. Jordan Gary uses her head and gets it up for Megan Summer. Cox couldn't settle the ball down enough. Van Dyke couldn't find the ball. And now Granite City at midfield. All they want to do is waste time. Here is Hatfield. Hatfield sends the ball up, but it's a good defensive stop there, and Collinsville will just send the ball across the sideline, and there will be a throw-in right here on this near side sideline just outside the 18-yard box. Throw-in coming from Taylor Carson. Right in front, Collinsville sends it right back out of bounds. No, I guess they didn't.
Nope. Purple throw.
Yeah. Well, whistle because they wanted a substitution. As Hennessy checks out. And Morgan Lang checks back in. Collinsville with the ball. Back to Belandis. Belandis sends it up to Cox, who sends it over onto the near sideline for Jordan Gary. Gary trying to direct traffic as she's moving up. Finds the foot of Ashley Giannini. And Giannini trying to send it over to Summer, but mishit that one. But Collinsville still remains in possession. And that ball looked like it might cross that line. Into the box it goes. Here is Vasilov. Vasilov from a weird angle off of the shins of Addie Johnson. And that ball rolls across the sideline, and it'll be...
Very dangerous opportunity for the Warriors.
Yep. 5.5 to go here in this second half. Collinsville will have to deal with a throw-in just outside the 18-yard box once again. It goes into the box, but a header there by Collinsville will send it out the front. And, ooh, boy, I thought there for a minute we were going to have a little bit of a separation. But Granite City's defense closes down quickly. Here is Hogan, and Collinsville gets it, sends it back out, but that is going to be off of the leg of Granite City player. Collinsville another throw-in. Here is Shelby Hawk. She throws it in quickly off of the head of Jordan Gary, and then Hawk gets a hold of it and sends it out to midfield. Collinsville trying to settle it down. You got time. 4.5 plus. Trying to get something going on here. Jeremias is going to get in front of the defense. She's going to get to that ball before it goes out of bounds, makes the turn, sends one across, and it goes all the way out the other side. That was awesome.
That is a great ball that nobody's crashing the backside of the net. You've got to read that play.
Yeah, Morgan Lang, she was there, as well as Ashley Giannini, but neither one of them could track the ball down while it was coming off of the foot of Jeremias. That was probably the best opportunity that Collinsville's had in this game. All the way over on the far side, the ball goes right in front of the Granite City bench. Time now is of the essence as we have about 4 minutes to go here in this second half. Collinsville in front of their bench. That was a nice little half bicycle kick over there by Vasilov. In front of the Kahok bench, thrown in by Bloomquist. That would be Lillian, excuse me. In front, Collinsville sends it out of bounds. Another throw-in coming up. Well, I guess not. Didn't go out of bounds, did it? Kept in nicely over there by the aforementioned Bloomquist. Lillian and Adrian.
Sisters? Cousins?
Well, they're both seniors, so if they're sisters, I'm going to
Twins?
have to guess they're twins. Far side sideline. Gwyneth Hale with the throw-in over there. She throws it right down in front of her and gets it right back. Trying to get a crossing pass into the middle, which she does, right onto the foot of Hogan, but Hogan was pinched off of that ball by Jordan Gary, or excuse me, Van Dyke. Now it comes in front, popped up. That's going to go. Did it go over the end line?
That's going to be a corner.
Yep, it sure is. This will be the 5th corner kick coming up here in this game for Granite City. The first 4, though, came in the first half.
Right.
Time is running out, though. We have 2:45 left to play here in this second half. Corner kick coming up here for Granite City, all the way over in the far side corner. Low kick, didn't get very far. Comes all the way out here on this near side for Georgia Cox. She sends the ball up trying to find Jeremias. Jeremias did the splits right there at the 40-yard line. And Granite City takes over. They'll send it all the way back down, and Addie Johnson will come out and play that one. So if Collinsville wants to tie this thing up, they're going to have to get something going on real quick here. As we have 2 minutes to go here in this second half, 1-0 in favor of Granite City. Unless Collinsville can change that outcome. Here comes Megan Summer. Summer gets it up to Jeremias. Jeremias getting pinched off the ball, but it still manages to find Megan Summer, sends it back to Hawk. Shelby sends it up to Jordan Gary. Jordan, head up, looking.
Too deep.
Yep, sends it just a little bit too far, and Georgia Cox had no chance to catch up with that ball, so Upshaw, she'll take her time picking it up. 90 seconds left to play here in this second half. 1-0 in favor of Granite City. And Upshaw sends it back out to midfield. Gary tried to get there first, but got bumped off the ball. Now Shelby Hawk does. Sends it back to the defense. Here is Van Dyke. Van Dyke pops one back into the offensive side of things. Megan Jeremias trying to settle it down. She couldn't. Got a body on the ball, but she couldn't settle it. There is.
Head of steam.
Yeah, uh-oh. An opportunity here for Granite City and a save well out of goal by Johnson, and that ball had some spin on it and it spun right back to Addie.
Yeah, well done by Addie Johnson, making the decision to come out, cutting the angle off, getting low. It's a good job.
We're under a minute to go. Collinsville trying to find a late tying goal here. Cox turns around, tries to send up. She was trying to spring Megan Summer on this near sideline, but didn't get it in the right spot. Shelby Hawk's going to throw it back in. 25 seconds left to play here in this second half. Collinsville getting desperate for a goal, but Granite City, they have the goal and they have control of the ball. And now all they need to do is circle around with it for a while, and this game will be over.
That'll do it there.
And that pretty much should do it there. Final 5 seconds will tick off for the clock. And Granite City starts the season off at 1-0, and Collinsville will drop to 0-1-1 here in the early goings of this 2023 soccer season. Well, sir, that's 2 games in a row that you have seen, and you've got to see a total of 1 goal scored, and it's unfortunately by the other team.
That's correct. You're right, and it's not fun to watch. Certainly not exciting to watch. I would look to find ways to get Jordan Gary more involved in the offense. If that means a formation change, putting her up top, we got to find a way to generate some offense for this Lady Kahok soccer team.
Well, it's a work in progress, man,
Yep,
you know.
I agree.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens as this season unfolds. Thank you for being here, sir. I
Yes,
appreciate
sir.
it. We'll see you next time around.
Yep.
All right, that is Brett Bourne. My name is Todd Duke. And it is time for the post-game side of things, where we are going to talk things over with Sydney Carroll, the JV head coach and the assistant coach on the varsity side, right after We have a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Brady Pest and Termite Management is your local pest control source. The Midwest offers its fair share of pest problems, and Brady Pest and Termite Management is up to the challenge. Whether it's pesky rodents in the cold winter months or ants, spiders, and other pests in the warm months, Brady Pest and Termite is your solution. And termites? Brady Pest is tops in the Metro East in termite management. Do you have unwanted pests? Then call the best. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Call 343-1790 or on Facebook at Brady Pest and Termite.
Plumbing or electrical problems? Is your AC or heater on the fritz? There are dozens of companies out there, but do you really know who you're letting in your home? Trust Tiger. Our technicians are clean-cut, drug-free, and background-checked. What other company can make this bold statement? Our 24-hour emergency service will ensure your plumbing, heating, AC, and electric are up and running no matter what time of day it is. Schedule your appointment today. Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Services. We earn our stripes every day.
All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number one on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent customer service. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or on Facebook at All Pro Tees. Or call All Pro Tees at 344-2200.
Your home is where you feel happy, safe, and secure. So if you see signs of foundation problems like cracks or uneven floors, worrying is natural, and getting it fixed is crucial. Woods Basement Systems understands. We've been solving foundation worries since 1986. Woods experts have the training and equipment to make permanent repairs. So stop worrying, because with Woods, it's fixed forever. Foundation problems don't get better with time, they get better with Woods, the all things basement-y experts. Call or go to woodsbasementsystems.com today.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahok Sports Network and KahokSports.com.
Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, petrofftrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Visit Brad Keene at his Collinsville office at 106 North Clinton or call 618-467-8420. Once again, welcome back to Collinsville High School here at Kahok Stadium. Collinsville loses this one tonight by a score of 1-0. The only goal in this game came at the 53-50 mark, scored by Granite City. And joining us now is the assistant coach to the head coach of the varsity and the JV head coach, Sydney Carroll. How you doing, dear?
Doing well. How are you?
Doing pretty well myself. All right, well, let's talk about your JV team first. You guys lost last night at Waterloo, and you get a tie here today at 1-1. So your early thoughts on the first two games of the year for your JVers?
They're doing really well. They're performing. They're doing what I'm asking them to do. It's a matter of, for JV, it's always a struggle to incorporate your swing players who play both JV and varsity in with your just JV players at the start of the year, because our swing players practice with varsity, so they're not playing together all the time. So games is the first time that they really learn to play together. For the first two performances, again, they've done all I've asked them to do. They're working hard. They're winning balls. They're not afraid to go into tackles. Like I said, they're performing well. I told them, we got a loss, we got a tie. What comes next? And they're like, a win.
A win.
Super proud of the way they performed so far, and I'm looking forward to seeing how they progress as the season goes on.
Carly Call got the goal here today
Yes,
to give you guys a 1-0 lead. Talk about what you see out of the young freshman.
She works her butt off. She is a little timid at times. She got a lot of varsity minutes tonight, and when she plays with me, we tell her, like, girl, you need to be one of the best players on the field, and she stepped up and stepped into that role very well. She is typically a back for us, but I've been playing her up in the midfield because she can possess the ball for us. She can score goals, right? She's not afraid. She'll make runs. Big things are coming for that girl. She moves forward.
All right, let's switch gears and talk about the varsity team for a while. A 0-0 draw last night at Waterloo against what is typically a very good Waterloo program. And then you come here tonight and can't find the back of the net either. You had more chances in the first half than the second half.
Mm-hmm. That is what we're lacking as a team right now. We've changed up some things from last year because things we struggled with last year, we're trying to figure out as a coaching staff, how do we fix those things coming into the new year? You lose a couple starters. You've got girls stepping up in spots they wouldn't normally play like they did last year. But defensively, the last two games, tonight and last night, the girls have played very well.
Yeah, I agree.
Offensively is where we're lacking right now. And so that's a talk between the four coaches. What can we do at practice? What can we talk about? And a lot of times we're telling them the runs to make. It's just like in the moment, them remembering that that's what we've said.
Yeah.
So it's a matter of like staying focused and remembering that we've talked about this already. So, again, as soon as that clicks, we're going to be fine, and we just need it to click a little bit more.
Think it would help a little bit if it warmed up outside?
Oh, so much. I can't stand the cold. My toes have been frozen 2 nights in a row. I just can't stand it.
All right, my dear, thank you for the visit. We'll
No
see
problem.
you next week at Edwardsville.
Sounds good, sir.
All right, thank you. Sydney Carroll, your assistant varsity coach and the head coach of the JV team. We thank her for joining us here on the postgame show. That is going to do it for us. A big thank you to Coach Jody Munoz for joining us in the pregame show. As always, a big thank you to Brett Borm joining us on the other set of microphones. And, of course, Sydney Carroll, I just thanked. My name is Todd Duke. We're back at you tomorrow. We switch over to softball. It's the home opener for your Lady Kahawks. They take on Mascoutah tomorrow afternoon at 4:30. We'll be on the air around 4:15 or so with the pregame show. And until then, everyone have a very nice rest of your evening.